Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Plugin B. We back with another video, man. And for this one, we gonna get into one of my favorite eras of Summrs music ever, the What We Have 2 era. And I'm gonna also break down what happened with this project and how it kinda came out, just not how we expected or Summrs originally intended. The beauty in this is that although we didn't officially get What We Have 2, the collection of singles, snippets, and grails serve as a time capsule, so it feels more like a whole era of music rather than just another unreleased project. Now, to do this correct, we gotta rewind back to 2021. In June, Summrs would drop the What We Have EP, and he would follow that up with a full-length album in the fall, Nothing More, Nothing Less, September 26, 2021. Summrs was just in mode this year with the Plugin B, and also the sub-genre was peaking in popularity in general, so he just kept making it as he could do no wrong, and it was just vibing. People don't understand, a little over 2 weeks after the release of Nothing More, Nothing Less, he was already previewing What We Have 2, starting off showing Cut So Deep 2, a sequel to the last song on What We Have 1, Cut So Deep. And the last song on Nothing More, Nothing Less was Where We Left Off. So this was all foreshadowing that What We Have 2 was coming next. And it also shows all of the ideas and concepts for What We Have 2 was really a continuation of these 2021 projects. This could be some of the reason why eventually What We Have 2 was scrapped. More on this theory later. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. There is a specific song that kicks off the What We Have 2 era in my opinion, and that is a grail called Spin. Produced by Goyard, this just had that classic What We Have feel, the Goyard guitars, the wavy Summrs flow, and he would preview this on his story, only about 20 to 30 seconds of his verse, but still till this day, this song has stood the test of time as one of the songs the community really wants to hear in full and at its final product, but we never got. Now, Dog was just on fire around this time with the Plugin B. He actually would follow Spin up with probably the most impactful song on the whole community for the What We Have 2 era, I'm a Fool. Now, this song was special because it was like he was mixing the 2018 Plugin B subject matter with the 2021 sound, and we really didn't hear that on the past two projects. I'm a Fool was a heartbreak song, talking about how he was a fool for love, and he was just explaining that experience, and a lot of people could resonate with it. Until this day, I see fans putting it all over stories, mentioning Summrs. Man, I miss this, bro. I miss this song. Anytime I play it on my story, on the archive, everybody get excited about it, and it's always like a time capsule and something they can go back to, and it may possibly be the most impactful song from the What We Have 2 era.
Going through my pictures with you, going through my messages with you, thinking about marrying you.
The significance of this era runs deep. A lot of songs previewed and worked on during this time would go on to become staple Plugin B records. And because of fan demand, they kept resurfacing in the Summrs timeline, whether dropped by him officially or not. In January 2022, I'm a Fool leaks in full, and we also get the first snippet of Think Of, an instant community favorite that would eventually leak in full in 2023. Man, and y'all already know I could never forget the Instagram live with PMO Sosa and Can when Summrs previewed No Guidance featuring Goonie, produced by the one and only Benji Cole. Now, this is a personal favorite for me. Goonie snapped on his verse, one of a kind, kept it light, kept the swag right, and then this for real is one of the best choruses and bridges Summrs has ever made, bro. This is one of them ones that I can't believe did not release, bro. Like, this at the top of the list for me.
Singing, I'm drinking the pessimist, saying I'm not enough for my bad bitch. I'm not afraid to look down on me. I can't put my trust in no bitch. And it may make this bitch slide, and it may make this bitch cry. Bitch, I'm in out demon time. These things be hard, and she ain't got no guidance. All she got is knowledge. That's classy Friday, and this bitch so stylish. You can get whatever you want, this bitch, I got it. The rest, yeah, I got it. Diamonds, yeah, I got it. The sticks, bitch, I got it. trust these bitches. All I do for timing.
Once February hits, summer starts moving like what we have too is about to drop any second. Constant snippets and previews. And on February 7th, 2022, he would drop the classic Why Do You Lie, produced by Goyard as the lead single for the project. The cover art would come out as well, which was a still frame from his Buy Whatever music video. It was a play off the What We Have cover design, like a sequel. It was real icy, bro. This was like a perfect way to get the excitement up. And I'll be real, Why Do You Lie was a second to none plug-and-be record for real. The high-pitched moments, topics of addiction and heartbreak. This was trap and B in one of its finest forms.
Why do you lie? Why do you lie? Why do you lie?
In the coming days after, he would post himself filming what we now know is the Perfect Timing music video, saying What We Have Too, dropping tomorrow. As we all know, that wouldn't happen. A few days later though, we would get In Love, the same song previewed on Live with no guidance that night, but it drops as a Desire track featuring Summrs. Years later, this still hit. Desire really floated on that. He was actually perfect for this record, and I think the feature was actually the best way to promote the What We Have Too as well. A quick fun fact, it was around this same time Summrs started working on Off Key, which later would be renamed to Rehab, and would end up on What We Didn't Have, 2023's full-length album. Now this record would end up getting major recognition, millions of views across multiple platforms. Still stands as one of his most raw and emotional records. And it also mixed so many different feelings, right? It had the triumphant feeling of a Just Can't. It had the anthem feeling of a Bird Allegiance, and it also pulled on your heartstrings as he spoke on a lot of addiction issues throughout his entire family. This is an all-time record for me as well. Another beautiful concept began in the What We Have Too era. Now, after getting us all excited with the early 2022 run and not dropping What We Have Too, we were really left in a heavy limbo. But he would pop back up in the early spring with Bird Allegiance. And yes, this one was different. This record feels like a modern plug-and-be anthem as well as underground anthem. Not only for Summrs, this song just represents 2022. Like, anybody from the underground space during that era hear this record is going down. This is really what it was, bro. When Bird Allegiance came back up with the can on the picture with him, this was getting played back to back, bro. Like, he would even have to end up dropping a video for it. That's how dope and how elite this one really was. And it wasn't even on the album. It was at this point, as plug-and-be fans, we felt like What We Have Too is back on. But then he followed that up with So Much Cheese and Black Got Your Hat, shifting into more turnt records. These tracks started building momentum for his new project, Evolve 2, and he also used Evolve 2 as the cover for the singles, a sequel to his 2019 project, Evolve. So now fans thinking we might get two projects, What We Have Too for the plug-and-be and Evolve 2 for the turnt sound. Thought of a two-disc project was really dope. It's very rare to do, and usually that's reserved for only hip-hop's elite artists. And at this point, Summrs was clearly the next one up. He was really moving like that in this era. He couldn't miss at all, bro. Plug-and-be or turnt, everything was landing, doing major numbers, and all the tracks backed all the numbers up. Everything was just hitting. Unfortunately, just days after these drops, news would break that his little brother Desire gets locked up, along with close associate TSM Beezy and Jace, another rising name at the time, known for pioneering the regalia subgenre. Not long after, Summrs would take to his story, saying he has to turn himself in too soon. But right before he did, he would drop Who Really / Real on this end. When life and art meet this perfect, It always makes gold. This is Summrs' exact thoughts right before incarceration. As fans, we rarely get this level of artistry in real time when it's actually happening. He spoke on betrayal, referencing the situation with Jace, talks about past relationships, and many other topics, just leaving everything personal on the floor for us all to hear with no filter. This was an open diary record that is one of a kind and honestly in underground history. This is the other song that rivals I'm a Fool as the most meaningful record of the What We Have 2 era for sure.
Been the same, yeah.
A producer named King Darko on the same day would go ahead and drop the cleanest, swaggiest record of the What We Have 2 era, Exotic. And I mean, this is just a all-time slapper. Even now, anytime you can turn this record on and it's flat out gonna hit. Summrs snapped on this with the verses and hook, and King Darko just dropped it at the exact same time as a producer drop on SoundCloud. Nothing like getting one of those. So at this time, as Reno going in, we getting the realest version of him ever. And then we also getting the most swaggiest icy flex plug-in B as well. And everybody just screaming free Reno. Classic moment in UG history for real, man. After bailing out of jail, Summrs would come back in May and officially announce his upcoming album, Fallen Raven. He revealed that it would combine the sound of What We Have 2 and Evolve 2 all in one magnum opus project. By June, it drops. 23 songs, only 7 plug-in B, and some being the original songs he previewed, such as Cut So Deep 2 and Soldier Rag, which previewed first in October of 2021, but at the time he didn't attach the song to What We Have 2 or any other project. This formula ended up being genius. Turned songs like Swing Your Pole and Catch a Kid took off ASAP. And even the plug-in B songs was all certified classics. And it had its reserved section starting with Cut So Deep 2 and ending with Dear Mom, very similar in length to the original What We Have EP, which was 6 tracks. At first, honestly, as fans, we was thrown off that Fallen Raven felt more like Evolve 2 than What We Have due to having so many more turnt records than plug-in B ones. However, this actually makes sense in the end. You gotta think about it. Over 2021, we got the What We Have EP and the Nothing More, Nothing Less full-length projects completely plug-in B. Not to mention all the singles and leaks that were plug-in B, such as Spread Your Wings in 2021 or Outta Here with Can Can. And also all of the snippets and singles we got during the What We Have 2 era. It actually made sense with the success of all of the turnt records and singles he had dropped, because he hadn't dropped a turnt album. It made sense to put a lot of them on Fallen Raven and give a little bit of plug-in B, and it worked out. Fallen Raven would go on to be Summrs' most successful project as far as streams and reach. He would have his most successful year financially too, copping the Maybach most notably at the end of the year in November. What We Have 2 never officially dropped, but the era still delivered. From leaks, singles, and real life moments, this run gave us some of the most important records in plug-in B history. It wasn't packaged as a project in the end, but today it still lives like one in my opinion. And to this day, when you go back and listen to all these songs together, you can feel it. It's like you right back there. And I do have a What We Have 2 era playlist in the description on SoundCloud. I put it together as 17 tracks, all from the era, in perfect cohesion so you can really feel it. So go ahead and let me know in the comments any records that I might have missed, or what records might have impacted you the most, so that you still playing from the What We Have 2 era. Going back through this one was phenomenal experience, bro. Really enjoyed myself. But yeah, man, drop a like. Let me know what y'all think. And that's another one. As always, it's your boy Big Plugin B. We on the new music television. Plugin B Archive too. Peace out.
Plug and Be Archive.